Alright, so it's been 2 years now since I've done anything up here, and it's been about a year since I've even taken the tarp off at this point. Yeah, it was a long time ago that I actually did the update. It just turned into an insane 2 years. I'm still not caught up. I decided today I'm just going to take a day. I came up here a week or so ago looking for something, and I climbed in there, and it's absolutely amazing how disgusting something can get literally just sitting under a tarp. Like, everything is filthy. It's filthy outside, of course, but there's also inside. It's gotten dirty in there somehow. So I decided to take a break today and just kind of clean it up a little bit. So let's get that tarp off of there. Look at how disgusting this thing is from just sitting here. All this from just sitting here.
Bird on a tree. I'm just sitting.
I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried this before. But I bought the pressure washer up here, and I'm going to try to run the pressure washer like I do with the gravity feed to flush the motor.
It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth.
25-foot boat doesn't seem that big until you gotta wash the dang thing. This has kicked my butt. I cleaned the whole outside of the boat. Some of the vinyl on the seats is stained. It's kind of been that way. On the bow, there's a lot of stains, but that's okay. I went ahead and cleaned it now, but I knew from 2 years ago I was doing something up there and I slid and busted my butt. I know that it needs to have more non-skid put on it. I put some on there, but it's not enough. It's so steep that even the little bit that's on there, you can slide right off. So I still have some of the old paint, the original paint that I used, and some of the non-skid. So one of these days, I am going to put more coats on there just to put down more non-skid. That's one of the reasons I've made sure to keep the boat covered as much as possible so that the sun doesn't change the color of the paint. Over time, it will change the color, and right now I've kept it covered, so I should be able to go over with that original paint and it should pretty much match. Not be too obvious, but yeah, some of the stains up there, it's okay because I have to go over it with more non-skid. It's just amazing how nasty up here in the middle of nowhere, under a tarp, that thing gets. I need to vacuum and clean on the inside, but I don't know if I got it in me today. So hey, yeah, just wanted to do a little update here. I think it's been about a year since the last update. Yeah, it got crazy with this pandemic and working, man. When I did the update before, I said I was behind on orders. I got over 10 weeks behind on orders. I was so far behind on orders, I didn't even know what to tell people. I was just like, I'll write it on my list and get to it when I can. It was good for a while because I was making some money, and then it got bad because materials just got so outrageous. I was basically working for taxes. Like the 2x4s before the pandemic were $1.97. They went up to $9.22. A sheet of plywood went from $11.95 a sheet to $49 a sheet. My screws went, screws are almost a dime a piece now. Yeah, the roof metal, everything went up. Everything got expensive. And I had people waiting so long, I couldn't just raise the price on them and say, hey, 10 weeks later, your order's finally done, but it's going to cost you $150 more or whatever. So I just held. And I raised the price, but not on the people that I already had on my list. So I was hoping what would happen was lumber would crash, which it did come down. It's only half. It's still double what it used to be, but it's come down half of what it was. But I was hoping to make some more money on the back end, but the orders have now dried up kind of. So I'm still building a few. I have one on my waiting list now that I need to get to. But I just wanted to come up here and get this thing cleaned up, man. It's been rough. I've had about 6 days off in the last 19 months. And those were days that I got up and tried, and I literally just couldn't do it. I just had to go lay down. Last week was the first time, literally in 19 months, that I've left the house not going to the hardware store. Basically, I went down to the creek for the first time in 2 years just to take some pictures. That place has completely changed. It's been so long since I've been down there. The other thing is I've been having some health issues. I worked so hard and wore myself down so much during this pandemic. I got to a point several months ago where I was really having a hard time breathing. I'm still having a hard time, and my energy levels are not where they're supposed to be. I never did get COVID, not that I know of. I just really wasn't, like I said, I've been in the shop working. I really wasn't in contact with a lot of people. But yeah, it got really bad. I was in the shop working, and I was so short on breath. I was like lightheaded and dizzy, and there were actual times where I walked out of the shop, got on my bicycle, and rode circles in the yard to make myself get to breathing, so to get my oxygen levels up. It's since gotten a little bit better, but I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Like I said, I didn't get COVID. If it was COVID, not that it's a good thing in any sense of the word, but in this situation it would have kind of been a better thing, because at least I would have known what I had and got over it. And I'm afraid this is something different. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been to the doctor. Actually, a couple of weeks ago when I got close to getting caught up, I went to the dentist because this entire pandemic I had this tooth that was killing me, but I didn't have the time to go do anything about it. So I just dealt with it. And I finally went up there to have it pulled, and the dentist was like, it's fine. The tooth's not bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. And he decided not to pull it. So that wasn't a problem, but part of the problem is my sinus is backing up. And whatever problem I have breathing. I have a pain that comes up, and like when I get short on breath and I breathe really, really deep, it actually hurts that up in here. It's really weird. My uncle's been dealing with kind of a similar thing, and he's had several COVID tests, and he's negative. But so we don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I finally went to the dentist. One of the reasons I haven't been to the doctor is because our hospitals are overrun. It's just not something I want to deal with. Eventually, when all this mess, like, I don't know, gets semi-normal, I will have to go and try to figure out what's going on, because I don't have the energy I should have, and the fact that I've been worn down for 19 months. But I basically just do the work that I can do in the day and then just go lay down. So many afternoons I've wanted to come up here and just do some stuff around the boat, and I just can't. So yeah, today I was just like, you know what, take the day and do it. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. I do have upgrades to the boat I want to do. I did buy a lot of stuff over the pandemic. A spotlight, a new head. There's an anchor situation that I think I'm going to do an upgrade on, just because it's been so long and I have the money to do it. Issues have popped up. For some reason today, my radio that's always worked decides to stop working. And somehow, because of the radio, I also found out that for some reason my trim is only going up and not going down. Now I do have to go back and look, because I think on one of my videos I was a situation where when I put that back together, I pinched the wire, and that may be what that is. I don't know I think maybe we never fixed it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. That may be one of the things that was left over. I'll have to go in and fix that wire. The alternator was another thing, we never put that together. So there are projects that I want to do. I don't know where I am with actually getting on the water, with my health the way it is and us coming on. And two, the boat is, one of the things too is the boat is still winterized. I haven't done anything. I haven't been up here. I haven't started it. And I really kind of am afraid to just do all that now and then have to winter. And then if something, you know, depending on how things go, I don't want to have to winterize it again and spend the money to do that. So yeah, I don't know. The lithium battery, I'm going to come up and put the charger on the main battery. Lithium batteries, surprisingly, I did charge them a year ago or so when I was up here. They're 99%, so that was actually surprising. But yeah, just a little update. I'm still alive, barely hanging in here. Update you more as we go along. Hope everybody's doing well and things are getting back to normal in your world. So.